Hi, this is a short video about STOMP, the stopping of overprescribing of psychiatric medication, and the work we've been doing in the Community Learning Disability Nursing Service in Hertfordshire. GPs identified that although they were carrying out the STOMP reviews, they were rarely able to make a best interest decision to reduce the medication, because often carers and families were raising that anxieties about, what if there's changes and we can't cope with them, the challenges that arise if they come off this medication. The Community Learning Disability Nurse post we created was specifically for this. So it's a STOMP Community Learning Disability Nursing post and a healthcare assistant. And they work with the GP to identify the people who could potentially be eligible for STOMP. And they go out and carry an in-depth, deep dive into what that person's home situation is like, what the risks are, and what potentially the benefits are, so that the family and the carers can really understand what could make a difference to the person they're supporting. The GP then, with all this extra information, can make an informed best interest decision about whether to reduce that medication. And where somebody is put forward to reduce a medication, the STOMP nurse then supports the family around positive behaviour strategies as somebody may start waking up, to help them, manage those new feelings and anxieties, without that need for a medication to dampen them. We've had over 200 people come off medication this way, and people have described waking up and really being invigorated by life again. You're now going to hear from one mum who, with the support of the STOMP nurse, worked through her son coming off his medication and the impact it's had on him and her. Now he's been reduced on this medication.
Karen, what was Anthony like before he went on the risperidone?
He's always been a little feisty, and he has little meltdowns, bites his hands and everything, but all very manageable, nothing terrible. Until, his behaviour got worse and worse, and then we discovered that there was stuff going on in the background that we didn't realise. And this was causing the major outbursts of attacking people, some, on occasions strangers too.
Didn't he attack someone on the street?
Yeah, he ran out the house and attacked a man passing by.
Karen, when Anthony was on the top dose of risperidone, how would you describe his personality?
He's very vague and like the lights are on but no one's home. But as he came off of the risperidone, he really got his sense of humour back, and he's really quite bubbly again now, and he's really quite happy again.
Yeah, I noticed a change in him for the better between when I first met him and when I finished my work with you guys. Karen, when you think about Anthony's behaviour when he was on the risperidone and now he's come fully off the risperidone, is there any changes?
No, not really. He still has his minor meltdowns and he bites his hand, but that's just who he is. That was nothing to do with the risperidone. It's not why he was put on it.
Karen, when I first came to visit you and Anthony to talk about the risperidone and the possibility of a reduction, were you anxious and concerned? And if so, why?
I was concerned because when we tried before, we'd been asked to, basically we was on our own, and we'd been asked to reduce it quite quickly, and he ended up, I now feel that it was a rush of this emotion because it was done far too quickly, and he started climbing the walls and his behaviour deteriorated, and it was awful. So I understand why he needs to come off of it, and obviously nobody wants to drug their child. But yes, I was apprehensive. But in hindsight now, it all went so well. So yeah.
So Karen, when we started doing the STOMP process together, did that feel different for you and Anthony?
Yeah, definitely, because I come up with the idea of letting each stage him get used to the new feeling
Mhm.
and be happy with that before dropping it again. And you allowed us to do that. You was happy for us to do that. I'd gained the information from my friend who'd also come off of it, and you listened to what I said and, you know, backed me by saying, you know Anthony best.
Yeah.
And it worked, and it was really, really smooth, as you know.
Yes.
There wasn't any hiccups, and even in that process with his nan passing away, he still coped with that even though he was down to his last half a tablet.
Exactly.
He still coped with that well, although we did give him longer on that one. But I think it was well worth taking the month to 6 weeks between each drop, definitely. And it gave me confidence, knowing that if it did all go wrong, you're just a phone call away and you'll be down, you know, first appointment you had. So yeah, definitely well worth, much better than the first time I tried.
Lovely, thank you.